Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today I'm fanning out a bunch of $50 bills. Some people consider them to be unlucky to use, like my previous coin shop boss, Chris. He was always like, hey, I don't really like using $50. Now, I've looked at each one of these pretty closely, and I know that I have $500 of value in my hands. But today we're going to be talking about people who definitely did not think that their $50 bills, were unlucky because they found some errors on them that made them worth far more than the spending power. I've got a PowerPoint presentation. I've done research to explain just what to look for because some of these are going to be dramatic errors, but others of them are going to be sort of close in, different little things that are slightly off about the note. Or what ends up happening sometimes is that somebody looks at the front of the note and they don't realize what's on the back, or vice versa. Anyways, it's free to search your change, so it makes sense to know what to look for, and that's exactly what I'll be helping you with today. Can't wait to show you what I've got prepared. And here's going to be the first error, and I find it pretty significant and awesome how something could be so valuable. $3,840 was what this sold for. A little bit of circulation, 58 is the condition. And as you can see, the Federal Reserve System and the first serial number are significantly off and at an angle, and it's a lot more rare because normally when it's misaligned, it's like shifted, so maybe it's over his face, but it's not like tilted on a different axis. Same thing here with the EG in this corner, and it gets cut off possibly by an obstruction, and the seal looks tilted but not quite as tilted as the counterpart to its left. So I think it's just a really interesting, unique error, and not like a normal misaligned overprint. That's why it commanded so much on a pretty modern note. This 2001 $50 bill, also $920, a pretty special error because it's an accordion fold over, which is the more desirable type of fold over. That means that it's folded over once and then it folds back a second time, just like an accordion would. As you can see, you have the start of the B3 on the reverse of the note, then the 34761 is on the front of the note along with the Treasury or the Federal Reserve seal, and then it continues and finishes out the serial number on the proper portion of the bill. But really nice fold over. Here we see a double second print. So it's sort of like, it's not like a double die. This has actually been printed offset slightly. The two times that it was printed, you can see the third print, which is that serial number and the seals, that is completely normal, but the rest of it is fully doubled. All of it is separated, really obvious, sold for $3,290. Right here, we've got a printed fold. This one is cool because it's, there was like a mini gutter fold almost, but slightly different. It gets unfolded, or it looks like it was actually folded for the third printing, was normal the first time, and as a result, we've got the normal Treasury signature, but you have the serial number separated, and that's neat. So $180, not super significant of a price, but hey, got a $50 bill back and change, looks like it has a fold on it, and it's now $180. That can make a difference. Not to mention just a cool numismatic piece of history. This one's really interesting. Also not a big value increase, but you might not even think that this would be an error. The serial numbers are just really under inked. The Federal Reserve looks normal, Treasury seal is normal, but because of that under inking, somebody paid $135 for it. This test note here is a lot more expensive, $3,525. Really interesting inking pattern, but it can sort of manifest as whatever inking pattern you really want it to have. They test these notes just to make sure that there's sufficient ink for the back plates so that they don't print a whole bunch and there's not enough ink. And as you can see, there's certainly plenty there. Tons of it ended up on this note. That's a $3,500 win for somebody. Here, this is a $12,075 win. If we keep on using that word, the Obverse printing is missing both the first and the second and the third, or the overprint. The overprint ends up on the back somehow, and it just it takes a lot of steps where you miss the front and you print the back normally, but then you also print the overprint without the second printing. Really strange conglomeration of errors. It's uncirculated, so somebody obviously caught this one really quickly because both sides are so messed up, and it sold for $12,075. I'd be curious to see what that would sell for today. But either way, after that, we've got this similar one, but this time the overprint is on the reverse, but the front printing is normal, just missing that overprint, not missing both printings. You can see the values about 20-25% of what it normally would be for the extreme error, though $2,500 for somebody's crisp $50 bill seems like a pretty good turn of events in my opinion. Or you can just hold it, start a really cool error note collection. After that, we've got another doubled first impression, so I always think that this is super neat. We've seen a similar one before, but if you're not looking really closely, you could just say, hey, the serial number looks normal. If you don't have really sharp vision, just think, things check out, but they certainly don't. And I really like how this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. Super, super obscured. Federal Reserve note really gotten into. So that's a neat place to be in terms of having a crazy error. And then this one, man, this is a really cool one. $5,405. Tons of different errors on this one. There's a lot of printed folds. There's tears on it. You can see the tear sort of in this corner on the upper half of a portion of that note. It was folded wildly from the front to the back in different places. When it was struck, looks like, I don't know if some tape was there and got in the way or helped the folds happen, but it's one of the most visually strange, looks like sort of a dream or some sort of a illusion, hallucination, sort of crazy going on. And then I really like how it seems to have all been, or actually that's not true. It has not been all unfolded. You can see a little bit of the green serial number here, but a good chunk of the serial number presents as normal on the front of the bill. Then we've got this third printing on the back, and it looks pretty under inked as well. So that's a really neat one, $4,600. I think that there's a little valuation premium for 2004. This is the modern looking note, so I think it's it's a mistake to say that only these errors, you could have only found them in the past. This one, looks like any other $50 bill that you'd be getting back in change, except the serials are missing and are located on the back. Again, $4,600. Our last note, $4,830, a little bit older, but this can theoretically happen on any printing of any note, and it's a mismatched prefix coupled with a star makes it a little bit more valuable, I would think, to collectors. But you have the A044 on this side, K044 on that one. And again, people just recognize that as super rare. I think it's a little bit more expensive even than just mismatched serial numbers, which we didn't feature today. But, say this was 144 and that was 044. That's another thing that people really look out for. And, I've seen a mismatched serial number, $1 bill or a mismatched prefix. I think that ended up going for like in the 10,000s range. So it can be really valuable. Always fun to go through what people have found, some of the highlights, and next time you get a 50, I wouldn't consider it unlucky, and I think that these people would think that they were quite lucky. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated. I've also got Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so you can follow me there. TreasureTownYT.com is the main channel website. Definitely give that a visit. I've got a lot of information about me up there and the channel. CoinGrabBag.com as well currently redirects there, but it's some good opportunities for very fair grab bags, both made by me and other sellers. A lot of different options, so that's a good way to support. There's also TreasureTownCoins.com. In the future, my coin dealing operation will be done out of that website. CoinMeltPrice.com for updates on the melt prices of your coins, both US and world. A lot of resources in that website. And then CoinsMetalsCards.com being developed right now as a marketplace and news source for coins, metals, cards, and collectibles in general. So I'll see you on my future videos. Looking forward to seeing you there, and hope you have a good day.